Honestly, what better time to start a podcast other than when you're sick and you can't feel your throat? Anyways, this is Unhinged. Um, my name is Sarah, and most of you might know me as Saz or Sassy Bear or whatever. I just prefer Saz, so whatever. First of all, I'd like to give a shout out to Keegan. So originally I had this like whole dream of starting a podcast or whatever, for like a few years now. But I never took any action towards it because it was not like something that I wanted to die to do or something, but it was like that small little dead dream in the back of your head. That's what this was. But until one day I posted some kind of story and I mentioned on there that I want to do a podcast, and a couple of people hit me up saying like, hey, you should actually go for it. And honestly, one of my biggest problem was everyone has a podcast nowadays, right? Like literally anyone and everyone can start a podcast. So what was mine gonna do? Like what difference would I make? I can't English. Anyways, but then, Keegan texted me and he gave some solid advice. Like there was such good advice that it actually, like, for the first time, I genuinely thought about, hey, maybe I could do it. And from that day, I've been like, planning it out, mapping it out, writing it down, whatever it is, yada yada. And finally, the one day where I can talk or breathe properly is the day that I chose to do this. I think by the time that I post this, I'll be fine because I'm gonna pre-record, so I'll have some kind of time or whatever. Anyways, the whole reason why I started this podcast was because I love talking. I love talking. I don't know if you can hear my steamer right now, but whatever. I love talking so much, but I am not the most extroverted person out there. And that, it's a conflict, you know what I mean? Like, I love to talk. I can talk for hours and hours and hours, but somewhere down the road, I lost the interest to talk to people. But my own head could keep me entertained for so long. Like, there's so much I talk to myself in my head. I talk way too much in my head. And I needed to put this out somewhere. Not necessarily needed, more like I wanted to. But at the same time, I didn't want it to be to a person because then I'd have to listen to their input, and I'm like, I don't care. So no, that's a joke. I love a whole like soul nourishing conversation. I love it when people are like very enthusiastic to talk about something, but it's really hard for me to have a conversation like that with people because I'm really bad at socializing. B, my interests are very broad. I don't have like a niche interest, or it's like way too niche and nobody cares about such stuff. So I was like, you know what? Let's do it. Like it's not like I expect this to like go viral or something, but if there's if there's one single person who's gonna listen to this and it's gonna push them to do something, or at least it's gonna make them feel like there's someone who feels the same way, that would mean a lot to me because I love relating. The main stuff that I'm gonna talk about here is everything. Mainly my impulsive thoughts, probably my intrusive thoughts as well. I don't know. Some are gonna be extremely like, it can get emotional, it can get angry, it can get funny. Hopefully, I'm not the best at comedy, so whatever. I wanted to talk about things that happen in real time in my life. Like topics that I want to talk about, but I don't know how to. So maybe talking about it to myself might help. I don't know. But I think that's going to help me. So if not anyone, if this could help me, that would be amazing as well. So the whole point of this episode was gonna be what I feel about my life right now, and I could not have chosen a worse time to do this episode. There's absolutely nothing that I can, talk about positive in my life right now. I think Mercury is retrograding or whatever. Because, girl, I can't. Oh, I have like breakdowns every single day, and some days it's even worse when I cannot have a breakdown, where I'm just stuck with all these emotions and I can't get it out, because no matter how much I try to cry, I can't. Like, I try my hardest to cry some days, but I just can't do it, and it sucks. I think that's even worse than having like a whole ass breakdown. But either ways, it's not any better. I don't think so. But hopefully by the time it keeps on going, I can talk about stuff. You're gonna have to listen in to know what I'm gonna talk about, because I have that planned out, because this is like the one thing that I planned out in my life. I never plan out anything in my life because I can never stick to that. But this, I planned it out. I planned it out. I'm trying not to swear on here. But that's gonna be hard. But I hope so, at least. I hope that I can continue to do this. Because, if not for anything, I hope that someday in the future, when I like hear it back or something, I hope I can feel what I'm feeling right now and have an insight into my past, or like, oh, this is what I was feeling at that time. You know how people have like, those home recorded videos and stuff? I never had any of those. And, diaries, I had a bunch of pictures, like baby pictures, but, the diaries, the videos, I don't have any of that. So there's nothing much that I can like go back and look into. And I hope that this becomes something like this. And in the future, if I end up cringing at this, that's okay too. Like, right now I'm not. So that means like at some point in my life, I was not cringing at this. And if I do end up cringing in the future, which I probably will, because I cringe at every single thing I do or did in the past, right now, this is what's happening. And I'm okay with that. Well, no. I'm not okay with what's happening. At least I'm not cringing about it. I'm not okay with this happening. I need my life to change, like, fast. Like, please. I can't. Okay. I cannot take this anymore. Do I care if people listen to this or not? I mean, see, of course I do. I do care if people listen or not. Because I'm talking so that people can hear. But at the same time, see, I'm gonna try to get the word out that, hey, I'm doing this little thing. I hope you're interested in it. But at the same time, it's not like something that I want to force people to do. Like, hey, if it's not your cup of tea, it's okay. You don't have to like sit through it. But at the same time, I don't care if people don't listen to it just out of like spite or something, which is a very real thing, by the way. I don't care about that. As I said before, if it helps like one person, even if that's me, this whole thing will have some kind of meaning to it. Um, I forgot what I was gonna say. Um, so basically, this whole project, I still have not made any plans on it. Plans on it. I've not made any plans on it. I don't know when I'm gonna post this. I don't know how many episodes I'm gonna put out. I don't know what days I'm gonna post. I don't know anything, honestly. I have zero idea on how this works. But hey, you gotta start somewhere, you know? It's I don't even have like equipments or anything. Like this whole thing is just like done on my phone. Like that's how unprepared but determined I am, basically. I really want to do this. I guess after that talk, after like people actually telling me to do it, I was like, you know what, maybe I could give this a try. And I hope that I'm glad I did it, because I have a lot to talk about, like a lot. And some of them might be sensitive, and some of them might be things that you can relate to. I think most people will be able to relate, because most of these are like mental. Most of these are like literal mental stuff. But yeah, I totally lost focus like 5 minutes ago. Anyways, that's I think that's okay for now, because it's the first episode, man. Like, go easy on me. I have a lot to talk about, which I think I've told that like 4 times already. But I really do. I'm so excited for this. I'm actually genuinely so pumped. Because I've been planning it for some time now, and I'm very happy to see things fall into place, at least one thing in my life. So yeah, I hope that you decide to listen in, and I hope that, you know, whatever I talk about are things that you decide, like, you relate to, and whatever I talk about are things that you understand as well. So yeah, I think I'm gonna stop this here. Bye.